Okay, the fire was pretty tough to get started. It's not burning very well. We got about 2 inches of rain yesterday and about a quarter inch of rain today. It was still raining even when I was gathering the materials to start the fire. Even with fat wood lighter, I had a hard time. Got the ferro rod to start it. Thought I was going to have to break out the lighter there for a few minutes. So thankfully I didn't have to do that. Wanted to give a bit of an update on the channel. I haven't been posting a lot going on here, and I'll get into that. So I have two channels. I have my main channel, which is Richard Beasley, which I post wildlife videos and things like that, and then the second channel is What the Heck Are You Doing Now, which I'm going to be posting like equipment reviews, homesteading type stuff. We're going to be doing prescribed burns on this place, so I'll be updating that kind of stuff. So one of the next things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a review on a DR Field and Brush mower, a Gravely Pro Stance lawnmower, and a Kubota skid steer. We got that equipment to start work here. I know it doesn't look like anything's been done, but we have been pretty busy, so there'll be more to come on that. It's probably going to be over the course of the next 3 months or so before I start posting some of those reviews, but they are coming, so stay tuned. A little bit of background. This is a 500 plus acre property, and it's lonely pine forest, and it has some pretty interesting wildlife and plant life. One of the big things is it's native, Venus flytraps are native here, and there's quite a few of them, along with some other carnivorous plants such as pitcher plants and bladderworts and sundews and that sort of thing. But Venus flytraps pretty much grow natively in this area, and you know, this is a large property and has a lot of them. So we're going to be doing some work to try to make sure that we, maintain that going forward. So there'll be more to come on that. So, this property is part of the original Lonely Pine Forest, and so we're going to be doing some work to help maintain that, and the wildlife such as the red cockaded woodpecker and fox squirrels, that sort of thing. So there's going to be some clearing, some prescribed fire, probably thinning a little bit of the trees, that sort of thing. So I'm going to probably document that, and that's going to be under What the Heck Are You Doing Now channel. So stay tuned. There'll be more to come on that. There's a video that I've been trying to film, edit, and post since before Halloween. As part of Lonely Pines, I think there's some deer behind me or something, so I hear them crunching, so I look behind me and make sure it's not a bear. So, when settlers came to the New World, and as eastern third of North Carolina, along the sand hills of, all the way to Texas, they discovered Lonely Pine, and it's a highly resinous tree, and so it was good for extracting the tar, and they would use it for naval purposes. All kinds of things, sailing ships and you name it, the pine tar and the pitch and that sort of thing. So what they would do is they would cut away the bark and skin part of the tree, and they would hang buckets, and the sap would drip out into the bucket, and eventually it would quit flowing. They would dig deeper and deeper and deeper to continue to get the sap out of the tree. Some of them were dug fairly deeply, so it certainly wasn't good for the longevity of the tree, but be that as it may, we have one of those trees still standing on the property. I think this one was probably tapped in the early to mid 20th century, 1900s. So I'm guessing somewhere 1920s and 1950s, or somewhere in that time frame. So the tree I've taken some footage of it. I've gotten here early. Always something happens. Either the video gets erased, or the audio doesn't record, or there's just been problem after problem. And I was calling it a trip to the ghost tree, and it's really lived up to its name. So the tree was mined for the tar, but also in 1970, someone built a tree stand in the tree for deer hunting. And then about 10 years ago, the tree was struck by lightning, and it's dead. It's a dead tree, but it's still leaking resin, and it's still standing. It's kind of a cool looking tree. So I'm going to be rolling some footage over me talking here. So I've kind of given up on doing a standalone video with that. I wasn't able to, to film it and edit it and get everything to turn out. It's just one of those things. So I tried and tried, but so I'm going to post it in this regard. I was hoping to do it before Halloween as sort of a, ghost tree Halloween. I had a theme going there, but it didn't turn out. So, stay tuned. I will still be doing a lot of wildlife and landscape photography type stuff on my main channel. The What the Heck Are You Doing Now channel is going to be devoted to mainly taking care of this place here. Making sure that Lonely Pine Forest is in good shape. Wiregrass is a big thing, and we have a lot of wiregrass here, but it seems, from what I've learned, it goes to seed after a summer burn. We'll probably be doing some prescribed burns. We'll probably start off with winter burns, kind of cool and taking it slow. We're not going to burn the whole 500 acres, but we're probably going to burn 150, I'm guessing, and stage it out probably in, 3 blocks or maybe 4 blocks, something like that. So we'll be getting ready. I have a big cutter coming for the skid steer heavy-duty brush mower. So I'll be doing some clearing to knock down some of the fire load before we burn. I'll be working with the Nature Conservancy and North Carolina Wildlife and some other agencies. We'll get somebody to do the burning. So I'll try to film that. And first thing I'm going to be doing is getting a biologist to take a look at the place, and we're going to come up with a land management plan. And then I'm going to start, like I said, taking the mower, mowing out some of the brush where we intend to burn. And even where we're not, we're probably going to thin it out a little bit, but we're just not going to burn. And then from there, I'll probably cut some fire lanes, till them up with the tractor, and move onwards and upwards. I mean, we're really going to try to manage the property for some of the cool things that are here. There's a lot of big bears here. Not necessarily in this part. This part is the front. I'll call it the front part. And the bears that are here are usually younger bears that have sort of been run out of the back part of the property. So there'll be more to come on that. So stay tuned. Hopefully you enjoy the footage of the quote ghost tree. I'll be posting a review of the DR Field and Brush Mower, Gravely 52 Pro Stance, which I've been using as a field and brush mower. It actually does a pretty good job. It certainly wasn't intended for that, but that's what it's been used for. I mean, as you can see, this is what we have here. We do have some fields, and we use it to mow that, but mainly all through here, I usually keep mowed with the Gravely, and the reason I do it is it's fast. I mean, it mows at like 8 miles an hour or something. I don't mow quite that fast, but we keep it moving. So probably a 5-acre field, I'll mow in an hour. Maybe an hour and a half, something like that. So there'll be a review coming on the Gravely. Short story, it's a cool mower. It has some quirks for being a field and brush mower because it wasn't designed to be a field and brush mower. I got the review coming on the DR, which is a pretty cool field and brush mower. I like it a lot, but it's slow and it's manual. So it's probably more, it's certainly more set out to be a field and brush mower than the Gravely. So more to come on that. My fire is kind of not doing very well, which is good because I'm going to be leaving and I don't want a whole lot of fire to put out. I haven't had this much trouble getting a fire going in a long time. Even these big turkey oak leaves and the dry pine straw and the lonely pines at the base, still attached. It wouldn't burn. So I haven't been up here today, and I wasn't up here yesterday. I mean, looking, it looks like we got about 2 inches of rain yesterday, maybe about a quarter to half inch of rain today, but it was fairly recent. So that's probably what did it. But hopefully you enjoyed the update. Again, more to come. I've just been really busy, trying to manage this place and come up with a management plan. And I don't want the filming YouTube to get in the way of actually managing the property. I want to try to film, but when you do, it is 5:14. I started filming around 1 o'clock. And you see what I filmed. I mean, everything except for the footage of the ghost tree that I'm overlaying here, I filmed today. And it's 4 hours of filming, and it's probably going to be a 3 to 5 minute video. So if I were, say, clearing this land and trying to film, and it's going to take 2 hours, if I film it, it's probably going to take 5 or 6 hours. So I want to do some of that, but I'm probably not going to be, posting every day or every week even. So, but hopefully there will be some cool stuff to come. So certainly, stay tuned, check in when I drop a new video, and hopefully it's something that you enjoy. Thanks a lot.